Hi everyone, welcome back to another page in my little rainbow collage book, and I just want to show you what I decided to do. See my nice rainbow? I wanted to show you what I decided to do after I was done my last video. So what I did was I counted 1, 2, 3 double spreads, and then on the right hand page of this first double spread, I used my solid colored washi tape. This is how white it is right here. So I used 3 pieces on each edge. I wrapped one around the edge so I'd have color on the edge, and then put a strip here and a strip here so it would be the same on both sides, the same width. And I did that for all the colors. So I don't have a true yellow, but I made it work. So I did red, orange. I used this kind of ochre color for my yellow. I did green, blue, purple. Purple was my first page in here. And then I did my pink. And I did a neutrals, but I only have 4 single pages, just 2 double spreads in here. But I don't think I'm going to do double spreads. I'm going to do singles. And I've decided that I'm going to do something else as well. I still want to keep to doing my own collaged backgrounds, but I follow Shanuki Art on YouTube. And last year I decided to join in with her full deck challenge number 3, which is an ATC card using her prompts every single week. But the problem was I didn't get it done, guys. I did half of it. I really did finish half of it, and I got a couple of cards into the 3rd quarter of the year. But I'm away from home too much. I was away for 3 weeks in the summertime. I was in Ontario. I came back to Ontario the 1st of October, and I still love the whole idea of doing her challenge. She gives some really, really nice prompts. And I don't want to do my rainbow book doing red, 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 and then orange, orange, and yellow, yellow all the way through the book. I want to bounce around. I want to have fun in this book. So she's doing a different type of challenge for her full deck challenge number 4, and she's doing what she's calling a mashup. So I wrote the prompts down for the first 6 weeks. She's given all the prompts for the whole year, and when she says mashup, she's got the first year, the 2nd year, and the 3rd year in here. She's got them all. And I believe the way that she described it, I really suggest you go to Shanuki Art and watch her video on how she explains it. But the way I took it was that you can use one or a combination or all of these to create your own mashup prompt and do your card with that. Well, this is over twice the size of a playing card, but she doesn't even say you have to use a playing card. So a 5 by 5 inch seems to be a good size for me. So I think that that's what I'm going to do. So the mash up prompts for week 1 are green, squares, butterfly, bird, bright pink, hole punch, red, and numbers. But I'm going to put all these prompts into this rainbow book, I think. Do you think I can do it? I'm going to try. It's going to be, it'll be me. This will be more me because, of course, it's a mashup and I get to choose. But for this first one, I'm still going to do my background. I don't think I'm going to do green, pink, and red. That doesn't, especially bright pink, that doesn't make sense to me. So I'm going to pick a color, and the color I'm going to pick is green. Okay, so that's where I'm going to start. I have this little book. This is just a paper pad, a 6x6 from Dollarama, and it's got pink and green in it. And I grabbed these out. These are scraps from something that I did before. I can't remember what it was, but I've got 2 different greens here. So I'm going to use this green and this green. So there's my green. Okay, I'm just going to set that right there. Then I have squares. Well, it makes sense to me that I am going to cut some squares out of this. I'm not sure what size yet. I think I like the idea of a butterfly, and I think I love the idea of a bird. Well, I do have my Mary Me's small art. I love just crafting and creating with using help from all of these other creators. But this is from the Moss Stories. I cut out a bird and I cut out a butterfly. I previously had those torn out and I was going to use them. I just fussy cut them off camera. So I've got those. I have my hole punch because it says hole punch in here. So somewhere in here we're going to punch some holes. And I think that's all we've got so far. And the one thing that I am wanting to do is to still try to stick with the 3-on-3 method. So 3 pieces of neutral papers and 3 pieces of my colored paper. So let's see what happens. I took these off camera just to save you guys some time. Now let's not put the green in the red section. Let's turn to green. So let's take this. This is the directions from that Simplicity paper pattern that I have in my stash. And I think I'm going to put this. Remember, I want to leave an edge all the way around. So I'm going to put this here and I'm going to glue this down. I'm going to throw some of my gesso in this lid so that I can work away with it. I'm going to put it right up to I cut this to a corner so that I could put it in a corner. I didn't know if it was going to be the top corner or the bottom corner, but I knew it'd be in a corner. Remember, I want to leave an edge all the way. Then I think I'm going to take this and put, am I going to put this down here and this up here? Maybe like this. Let's see. I'm going to cut my little green squares out first. And let's see, a 2.5. If 2.5 by 2.5 is too big, I can always cut it back down a little bit more. So what if I put that like that? What do you think? Like that. No, I don't think I need 2 pieces that big. If I put that on there, so maybe I'll just put them up like this. And a 1.5 by a 1.5. So I've got a 1.5. I'm going to put that under. I've got a 1.5, a 2, and a 2.5. So a 1.5, a 2.5, and a 2-inch piece. I think I'm going to put them like this. So let me get this glued down. This one's going to have to go down first. And then this one, because that corner is going over top of this. And then this one next. Get it going the right way. I'm gonna try to line it up here and here. And then, okay, now I need to do some holes. So what if, instead of this one being a solid piece, what if, let me see, I'm going to try to punch some holes in a line across here. Just like that. And then I'm going to put it, this is going to go down in this corner like this, and then this is going to go like that. I don't think I want, I think I need to cut a little bit of this off. There, that makes more sense to me. Let's turn this up because I didn't glue under here. Okay, and then let's put this down here, and that works good because I've got this kind of L-shaped hole punch thing happening here. These stripes are going this way while these ones are going this way, so it makes them just a little different. There. I think it's coming together. Is it? Oh, gosh, who knows? But I do have this bird, which I think is fabulous. And I think it has to go right down here on the bottom corner. So let's get a little more gesso. When I said I wanted to have fun in this little journal, that's exactly what I meant. So I want these little pages to be easy. I want them to be quick. They're fun. They're just what I think collage art should be. So a focal image here. So I've got my 3 pieces, my 3 colored pieces, a couple of focal images here, one there, and one there. Maybe, because this one's down here, maybe right up into this top corner. Nobody ever said that your front pieces, your focal pieces, had to be front and center. They're just the top thing that goes on, I think. It's my journal. I can I can do whatever I want, right? So I'm going to give this a quick dry. So that's all my basic elements from my prompt. I accomplished what I wanted to do. This is not done. I need to do a little highlighting on here. I'm going to grab my pencils. These are my Inktense pencils from Derwent. I'm going to take my natural brown for a little bit of highlighting, maybe. Let's see what happens. So this bird isn't popping off the page as much as I would like. I'm going to take a teeny tiny brush. This one is really teeny tiny. Spray a little water into my jar lid. Most people have a paint palette. I have a jar lid. I think I want some of this brown. This is the natural brown. It's not as bold as the burnt umber. Not as rich, but and taking off some of this color. There, so just a little line that kind of shades down under the bird there. Now, ew, I don't want that one. I just said I don't want the burnt umber. So I'm going to do the same thing under the belly of the bird. I'm going to put my brown pretty intense along the edge, then add, I'm going to take some of it off my brush, add some water, blend it out. Oops. And this is why I use gesso, because if I go over the image where I don't want my shading to be, I can just use my finger and wipe it away. So already that bird pops off that page a little more. It shadows behind it and it lifts it up off the page. So can I do the same thing with that butterfly? Let's put a little of this in here. I'm just gonna, so all I'm doing is just basically scribbling on the lid to create a little paint wash, because this is ink. It's not paint, it's ink, but then I can pick that up. I don't have enough. I had to put burnt umber away. I keep wanting to pick it up, and then I realized that it's dry and I haven't used it yet, so. Okay, let's see. I've got this pretty wet, so I can kind of drag it down and it blends out kind of naturally. Let's get a little more water on here and put it all the way around this butterfly. There, now when I add a little color, it should just kind of pick it up and it should flow, kind of like what a watercolor does. So I'm just, with the tip of this tiny little brush, just moving it around the butterfly in that puddle of water. I'm just going to take a tissue, and then that way I can pick some of this up. The bristles in the brush want to pick it up, and the water wants to move it. Oops, I lost my pencil. And I'm going to do that around this side too. So for me, it's just easier, because I'm right-handed, to actually turn the whole thing upside down. I'm going to do the water first this time, because I think that was easier. Remember, there's a little raised edge because this is an image that I glued onto the page. So there's a little raised edge around the butterfly because it's my top image. So when I'm putting water there and then just tapping along that edge, I'm just dropping this color into that water. And it kind of hits that edge and stops and flows the other way. Okay, I'm going to clean my brush, use my tissue, and pick back up what I don't want. And remember, these Inktense pencils always dry lighter, so leave a little more than what you think you want. And I think I like that. I like that whole, it's smudged behind it look. That I don't know why, but I do. I want my boxes to have a little definition. So I have a black pencil here, and it's not an Inktense pencil. This is the Schwartz Black, the Polychromo by Faber-Castell. And I'm just going to use it like this. This gets really intense when it gets wet as well. You can actually dip it in the water. And I thought this would look okay because I've got these black lines here. Wow. I like that. It's better. It's already better. Now remember, this is tucked under that piece of paper. So that's not a straight line, but that little wee bit right there is. And I'm only doing the straight lines. So the next thing that I want to do is, this is drying and it's curling up a little bit. It always goes flat after the book's been closed for a while, so I don't worry about it too much. I can't find my clip. Of course I can't find my clip. So I am going to do my etch, and I'm going to go with the muted Tombow pencils. I'm going to grab this green, and I'm actually going to go over my washi tape because I don't want a different color of green around my picture. I'm going to go right down my line, and I'm going to color over my washi tape just on this side. I'll leave it the other side. I don't know what color green I'm going to do on the other side yet. Alrighty, so it's not the same color as this, but kind of wondering when I put the tape on there how I would deal with that. I think I have an idea. These are the solid colored washies that I have now. They're little 1/4 inch wide tapes. Now, do I have one in here that will better match that color? This one looks like it's going to be the closest. I'm not sure about that. See, it's still not the same. Let me see if this one here is a better match. Yes, so I'm just going to cover over. It's the same sized washi tape, so it should work. Alrighty, I'm going to cut this off. It's not sticking, but it's going to, because I'm going to grab my art glitter glue with this teeny tiny little nib that I'm so happy I have again. And I'm just going to put, look at how teeny tiny that goes on there. So it's so perfect for these small little areas. I want it to stick really good on those corners, so I'm going to put a bit on there. Let's put a little under that piece too, just to make sure. Then I'm going to put this. These tapes have been around for a long time and they're starting to dry up a little bit, but I don't have any other tapes that are this small, like this narrow. These are the only tapes I have. And when I bought them, they're so great for planning. I can make my lines between my boxes with these, which is really fabulous. So I'm going to let that dry on there. I'll go back. I'm just going to trim that off like that. I'm going to go back later and trim those at those corners really well from the back side, but that's not quite dry yet. So I still have that dark green edge at the back, but this page looks a little better. Now I need my Faber-Castell pencil again. These, I used my punch, my hole punch here, and that was one of the prompts. So I want those to show. I'm going to wet my Faber-Castell pencil because, you know, it works so well. And what if I fill these holes in like this? I need a tissue because that was there was a little water on my pencil lead still. I'm going to just do this because it didn't say I had to have holes. It just said I had to use a hole punch. I kind of love that. Let's see if I can make that a little darker with some water. Just barely dipping the point of my pencil into the water. Oh gosh, I haven't used my Faber-Castell pencil for a long time. It's always in with my Inktense pencils, but it doesn't blend, and I've been doing a lot of blending. So, but this is bold, and I love how bold it is. I've got my big chat words from Tim Holtz. I think I'm gonna pass over the white pages and go to the black ones and see what I've got. Now, the reason for that is I've got these bold black lines in here. I may as well use some black sentiments. I've got my bird and my butterfly, so I'm thinking something about friendship or together, or I don't know. Let's look. How about together? just together and keep it simple. I got my butterfly and my bird together. And of course, I never trusted the glue that's on the back of stickers for in my journals. So once again, my teeny tiny tip here is going to, oh gosh, yeah, I'm so happy to have this back. I'm going to mention it every time I use my bottle for a while. There. If you're new, I broke my art glitter glue bottle a while back and I haven't had it. I've been using other things and they just don't stand up to what I want. So there it is. There's my page. Do I need anything else? I feel like I need something to make it look spectacular. And I have pearl drops and stickles. What colors do I have? I have gold stickles. Could I put some gold in here? Green would have been really cool. Oh, I've got the diamond ones. The gold stickles. What if? Where would I put them? Would I put them on the dots and the butterfly? Let's try this. The dots with the pink circles around them. I'm just trying to put enough stickles on here to cover those dots. I just decided 4 was enough. There, a little more on this one. Make sure it's nice and covered. And on that one. There's nothing a little glitter can't help. This is not like regular glitter, guys. This glitter glue is fabulous. When these dots dry, this glue is so permanent. It is, I mean, it's glitter glue, but it's not like the glitter glue you get from the dollar store. This, you won't be able to brush. There won't be any fallout. There won't be anything on here. So I've got my squares, but now I've got these little dots as well that are way more prominent. And these gold circles kind of play off these black circles. The squares play off each other. I've got my bird, my butterfly. I'm happy. So what do you think? If you like this page, please give the video a thumbs up. It does help my channel so very much. And of course, comments. Comments are even better. So let me know what you think of this page. I'm a little worried about how bulky. This is going to be like this when I'm done. And I'm just going to keep going and I'm just going to keep putting stuff in here because I don't care. When I'm finished, I may leave this open on a shelf and just let all my pages swing out the front. This just might be a decor piece when I'm done. Who knows? But if you want to do this and you want to be able to shut your book, maybe a spiral bound notebook, something with some nice big rings to allow for expansion would be really good for your pages. I'm sure you could find on Amazon something fairly inexpensive that has good quality paper in it. Or if you don't find one that has the paper that you like, that you feel is substantial enough for this, go ahead and glue 2 pages together. Just do you. Do whatever it takes to be able to have some fun and play with me. So we're going to be doing 2 things if we follow along with this. It'll be a rainbow book. You don't even have to keep your pages in sync if you don't want to. Just do from the front to the back and do the colors in the order that I'm doing them so that they're all mixed up. Who cares? Yeah, in the words of a famous person, who cares? you be you, you do you. But just have fun. Just use whatever you've got and have some darn fun. That's what these journals are all about. So I'll see everybody in the next video, but only if you have subscribed so that you can find me and come back. So please do that before you leave. And have a really great day, everybody. Until then, bye-bye for now.